For January the 21st in New England, it's beautiful. Sunny, calm winds, and we're set to go. And the game's being broadcast in Spanish where available using the SAP button on your television. Tony, the Jags won the toss and deferred. We're going to see Brady on the field first against that Jacksonville defense.
A little bit of a surprise, but I tell you what, when you trust your defense, you trust them no matter who you go against.
So Lambeau lets it go, and we're underway at the AFC title game with a touchback. 7th straight AFC title game appearance. 12th overall for number 12. His line, Solder, Tooney, Andrews, Mason, Fleming starts. Waddle is inactive with a knee. Gronkowski has caught a touchdown in his last 6 postseason games. He's going to come right out in a shotgun formation for the first snap. Dion Lewis is the running back. And Brady right away is going to throw right side. With a pass over to Lewis, who caught 9 last Saturday night in the win against Tennessee. He's got a pickup of 5. This Jacksonville defense, under the direction of Todd Wash, has the, well, Defensive Player of the Year according to the Pro Football Writers Association. Calais Campbell. Telvin Smith had a touchdown last week at Pittsburgh, his 3rd of the year, his 3rd return, and Ramsey in just his 2nd year, first team All-Pro. They are strong on all 3 levels on that defense. 2nd and 5. And again out of the gun. Brady has time, has his man, it's Cooks. Right on the money to Cooks, down to the 39-yard line. And a pickup of 31.
Cooks goes right by Telvin Smith, and Jalen Ramsey is supposed to carry that vertical. It's a zone coverage, and he doesn't get out there. No one's better at the design of pre-snap, and here they go fast.
Yes, they do. 2 plays, 2 completions. Inside the 40 already. Brady feels pressure by his feet. Now rolling out. Campbell trying to chase, and Brady will pick up a yard. Will this Jacksonville defense, which was 2nd best at getting to the quarterback this year, will they be able to get pressure today? That's going to be one of the big questions.
It is, and you saw a couple of snaps of zone trying to get in the game. And this guy right here, defensive coordinator Todd Wash with the Jaguars, unheralded. This guy is the next head coach that's going to be out there next year. I'm telling you, he's fantastic. Not only do they have good players, but he has great scheme, and I think he's got a pretty good design today. We'll see how it plays, though, because Tom Brady's good.
Rex Burkhead is in the game, and he gets it on the end around. Burkhead caught around the shoulder pads and tossed down at the 33 by Miles Jack. Burkhead has been out for a while since the Pittsburgh game in mid-December with a knee injury. He picks up 6.
It's a reverse, and you see Gronkowski leading the way, as well as Dion Lewis. And let's see the handoff, and Brady. Burkhead's the guy who got him this week.
So they say. I have no reason to doubt it. And he gets 6. James White comes in, and it's 3rd and 4. There's the pass, caught, but stopped well short of the first. Hogan brought down by Ramsey, who has a word or 2 to say to Hogan. They held him to a gain of 2, and it's 4th down, and the offense is staying on the field.
Here we go.
Here we go. Jacksonville loves to gamble when it has 4th and short, and here's Belichick.
These 2 coaches aren't scared. Anybody out there, these guys love trusting their team. Might try and draw them off sides here, though.
Again, in the gun. And it's a long yard to go. We'll call it 4th and a short 2 with 5 wides, and now a timeout called. So Brady comes out, completes 3 out of 3 for 39 yards, operating out a shotgun on this opening drive.
Well, you saw him get under center a few times, but You saw shotgun. They're going to obviously be more shotgun today. That hurts your running game a little bit, but I think he's going to be okay. We're seeing him now. That throw down the seam showed a lot. And on top of it, though, Jacksonville played zone to open the game the first 2 plays. We've said it in many weeks. It needs to be a man-to-man game. Tom Brady will move the good defenders, find the opening. I think you're going to see Jacksonville just completely start to go man here as this game keeps going. Big play here.
Yes, it is. Again, 4th down. Less than 2 to go. Brady lofts it, and he's got his man, Amendola. Dropped it right in there as he was running away from Telvin Smith, and they pick up a gain of 21.
What an outstanding job. The Patriots get a real route with a little pick, and, well, they just get you mismatched. I mean, how does that happen, right?
Happens all the time, doesn't it?
No one is better. It's unbelievable how they get these guys open in matchups. Amendola's a tight end, but he's also playing slot. It's everywhere.
So now, 1st and goal to go. Fakes it to Hogan. Sets up screen, and the Jaguars are on it. That is Barry Church, who comes up and pounds him into the ground for a loss of a couple. This Jacksonville defense, by the way, has allowed this season the fewest points in the first quarter. In fact, they shut out the opponent's first quarter efforts, scoring-wise, 12 of the 18 games they played, including postseason, but they've got the Patriots driving on them. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, they haven't played the Patriots this year, though, have they?
No, they have not. Again, back over to Lewis. Tries to wiggle past Smith, and they're going to rule him down. They're going to say a knee was down. So, 2nd straight negative play for New England.
Just a swing route. And you see the speed of this Jaguars defense. This is just, I mean, you're talking about the best mind on offense going against maybe the fastest defense in ball.
Dante Fowler has come onto the field for that defense. Applies some pressure here on 3rd and goal. From outside the 12. Brady looking in the middle of the field. He's got pressure around him, and he's taken down. It is Fowler, who we mentioned had just come in, who got to him.
Dante Fowler, 8 sacks this year. But watch, the key was this. Gronkowski looks like he's one-on-one, but watch the safety here. This is an outstanding job. Brady's going to look at him, and he thinks he's one-on-one, but the safety double teams Gronk. And Brady, at that point, he started there, and he couldn't get off of him and go to somebody else. Great design by Todd Wash. I told you he's really pretty gifted at some of these unique things.
Gostkowski comes out for the field goal attempt from 31 yards. And the Patriots put 3 on the board to start the game.
That's a good drive for Tom to open that game.
6 for 6 leads to a field goal by Gostkowski. Gostkowski from 31 yards out, a drive that got all the way down to the 10. The Jacksonville defense stiffened. In fact, sacked Brady on the 3rd down play. That's the first time Tom has been sacked in his last 79 pass plays. So now it's time to see what the Jaguars offense looks like as Gostkowski sends it down. Corey Grant's the returner. He was 5th best in the league this year. Gets past Slater and zooms ahead out to about the 26. Blake Bortles. Well, his numbers didn't dazzle you at all. In the wild card win against Buffalo, actually rushed for more than he passed, but last week he was solid. He made big throws at Pittsburgh as they beat him for the 2nd time this year. Linder's an underrated center. And Fournette last week rushed for over 100 and scored 3 touchdowns.
Jim, this is the loudest I've heard it at New England this year. This base is going nuts.
Try to quiet it with a handoff to Fournette. And they pile on him after 2. Matt Patricia's defense, one of the great stories of the season for New England. How they gelled, how they evolved. Flowers is their top sack man as they've tried many different combinations up front. Harrison joined them week 17 after being let go by Pittsburgh, and he's made plays in the 2 games in a Patriot uniform. And Gilmore used to play for Coach Marone up in Buffalo. 2nd and 8. Here's Bortles on play action. Looking for second and third options, and now flips it over to Fournette. Got a block and picks up the first down. That was O'Shaughnessy who threw the block, a former New England Patriot backup tight end who helped get him where he needed to be for a new set of downs.
When Jacksonville play actions, they look to take shots. They're not just trying to dump it down. And you saw how long it took before the back got out. Nobody is as good as they are just getting down the field with shot plays, and when they're very efficient in them. Good job by New England making them check it down there.
What a block by O'Shaughnessy. And Bortles didn't panic. All of his options were closed up and finally found the free man. First down, 37-yard line. Back to Fournette off the left side for 3. Again, this Patriot defense, they come up an 8-sack performance against Tennessee. That's the most sacks by any team in a postseason game in 14 years. And have not given up an opening drive touchdown in the last 16 home games. Second and 7. Pass complete. Fournette tripped up and runs out of space before Flowers forces him out. It'll set up third and short. Fournette, boy, the rookie out of LSU, 4th overall pick. He's had some season, second best rookie season in franchise history to Maurice Jones-Drew, first 1,000-yard rusher since MJD in this franchise history. First one since. Fournette has touched it now on all 4 snaps. It's a 3rd and 3, and Yeldon's come in.
Jacksonville loves crossers going east and west. We'll see if they do it here.
Playing it over and picking up just enough for the first is Hearns with the catch. Got a little bit of separation from James Harrison, and they picked up a second first down.
This is going to be a fantastic study type game in that these coaches, what Nathaniel Hackett wants to do on offense, it's old school. It's almost a lot of their versions of West Coast, a lot of east and west routes, man-to-man team in New England. That's what you do to beat it. The problem is I think New England's going to play zone today.
Yeldon is the tailback and now the ball carrier. And he had a nice performance in the win at Pittsburgh. And he too just has a couple off that left side. Music's biggest stars on Music's biggest night. James Corden will host the Grammy Awards live, and that's next Sunday, only CBS. So Brady having another visit with Josh McDaniels, and that tandem down to his last game or two, depending on the outcome of this one, before McDaniels, as everyone expects, heads off to Indianapolis to lead the Colts. 2nd and 8. Bortles takes something off of it. What a play to break it up by Kyle Van Noy. It looked like it might be there for Yeldon.
He was open, but Trey Flowers gets pressure, and right at the end, Van Noy gets his hand right in there. And I love the aggressive play calling right now to Jackson. Run, play action, and you see Trey Flowers making Bortles just be off by a foot on what could have been a chunk play.
First incompletion we've had in the game between the two quarterbacks. And now it's a 3rd and 8. Keelan Cole has come in as an extra receiver. Bortles, pass incomplete, as Malcolm Butler would not give Lee an inch, and he was able to knock it away eventually.
Great design by Hackett. He gets Lee open, and as Lee's coming, see that ball being behind him on his head? If you lead him out in front, he can keep running, but he has to turn his body, and it allows the defensive back to get right in there and make the play on it.
Brad Nortman punts it toward Amendola, who makes the fair catch at the 13. 2 first downs and a punt for the Jaguars, and Tom Brady And the Patriots offense is coming back out. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. The all-new Accord from Honda. And by State Farm, here to help life go right. The old State House in Boston, and from that balcony where the Declaration of Independence was first read to an exhilarated crowd back in July of 1776. About 25 miles from there at Gillette Stadium, a 1st and 10. Brady on play action with pressure coming. Gets the pass away, and again he finds Cooks. This time for 11 and a first.
Take a look at Brady's hand under center. No problems there, and then the throw on the sideline, go up, come right back downhill to the sideline. Perfect throw. Make it look easy, don't they?
Certainly do. You see anything on Brady's passes that suggest anything out of normal velocity, etc.? You see they hand it off to Lewis.
Not yet. I think what you're finding is, he's made some really good throws so far. I think it's going to be when he gets hit or falls is when you're going to have to really look for it.
So a pickup of 4 by Dion Lewis. Second and 6. A handoff to Amendola. And the Jags were able to read that one pretty quickly. Gain of 2. 3rd and 4 coming up. When you look at the 4 quarterbacks playing today, well, for Tom Brady, this is his 36th postseason start. It's hard to imagine. And the other 3, they had 5 in their career coming into the league. Postseason career starts combined.
That's why it's David versus Goliath today.
Right. James White flanks Brady off his right hip, gets the football. 3rd and 3, and stopped about a yard short. Ball came out, but they're going to rule him down. Officials running in there to say he was down after a pickup of only 2, and it's 4th and 1. And they're bringing out Ryan Allen to punt.
And he's down. And he got the recovery anyway, so it would only matter 1 yard, so no reason to throw the flag.
You saw that with the right forearm, which was down, so no challenge flag coming from that sideline. Here's Allen's punt. Angled and out of bounds. So the Jaguar defense able to make a stand. They gave up a first down on the first snap of that second series and then locked them down. 42-yard punt by Ryan Allen. Bortles and company coming back out, down 3-0. Back with Jacksonville breaking huddle, the AFC South champions. And a playoff team for the first time in 10 years. They've won twice, Buffalo and Pittsburgh, and here they are playing for the AFC title. They get it over quickly to Grant, who makes a big move around one defender and finally is taken down by Harmon. But a big gain for the backup running back, picks up 20.
It's an RPO, run pass option. Bortles sees the coverage and throws it out to Grant, who gets 2 good blocks by the wideouts. And those are the chunk plays. I mean, that gets Bortles going right away.
Corey Grant in his 3rd year out of Auburn. It's been big on special teams for him as well this year. So Bortles drops back into the gun. First down from the 44. Open underneath and over to the New England side of the field is Marquise Lee. So much of the story behind the scenes this week about Tom Coughlin catching up with the Patriots again. Executive Vice President of Football Operations for the Jaguars, 2-time Super Bowl winner for the New York Giants. He knows how to tangle with the Patriots.
He does, and you're seeing it right now. Play action, run the ball, easy throws early in the game. Don't make your quarterback have to stand under duress and drop back to pass a lot. And then as the game gets later, make it a situation game based on one play.
2nd and 3. Fournette plows ahead for another first down.
You're going to see this over and over again. Hand the ball off, a play action, a little screen, all of a sudden one drop back over 12 plays. You're not going to put the burden on Bortles' shoulders. At some point, Belichick will make him feel it. It just isn't time yet.
That run goes for 6. And a new set of downs at the New England 43. Fournette works it right up the gut for another 5. 2018 Pro Bowl is headed back to Orlando for a week filled with entertainment and celebration of football at all levels, and you can watch your favorite stars, AFC versus NFC. That's next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And don't miss the Pro Bowl Skills Showdown on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC.
This is a tough spot right here. You can do a lot of things. If you're Jacksonville, New England's got to watch a big play here now.
2nd and 6. They do play action fake, and Bortles has on the sideline his target. Cole with the catch. And this undrafted rookie out of Kentucky Wesleyan, he's been quite a find for them, and especially late in the season. He had big plays, big yardage games. Had a big 45-yard catch to set up a touchdown late in the Pittsburgh game last week. So the first quarter comes to an end. Jacksonville is driving. It's 3-0 New England after 1. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. Go big for the big game. And by the 15-17 to Paris in theaters February 9th. Clint Eastwood's latest greatest, as you see Drew Bledsoe, who led the Patriots over a second-year franchise, Jacksonville, in the AFC title game all those years back. This is the catch to close out the first quarter. Great effort by Cole, and not disputed by anyone. It was a catch. Drew Bledsoe, by the way, the honorary captain. If the Patriots win, he would be there to present the Lamar Hunt Trophy. It's Fred Taylor if it goes the Jacksonville way. Start the second quarter with Grant. Grant wide open, down the sidelines. McCourty finally got a body on him, but another big game. The second one of this series by Grant.
Watch him go in the flat. New England's so into stopping the run. They get a little bit miscommunication, and Grant is down back there. Definitely not at the 1 or 2. Looks like his foot's down around the 5 or 4. I think they got it right.
I think he's going to be glad that he was out, because otherwise that ball was headed toward the back of the end zone and the touchback going the other way. How many times do we see that this year?
Oh. And how about the easy throw for Bortles?
No question.
Great plan coming into this game. Nathaniel Hackett, give him credit.
Yes,
That's exactly what you have to do to get him into the game.
Picked up 24. They've got a 1st and goal. Still with Bortles. Bortles lofts it, and it's caught by Mercedes Lewis. The longest tenured Jaguar, Mercedes Lewis, scores from 4 yards out. Everyone in the building thought it was going to be a handoff to Fournette, and boy, did they cross him up.
Well, watch right here. He's guarded by Lee, and Chung has to help. And what happens, you're seeing right here. And watch, he's going to block, and throw. And Patrick Chung gets caught looking in the backfield with his eyes. It's always about eyes against the team who runs it like this, play action.
Lambeau extra point just inside the left upright, and what a drive by Jacksonville. 76 yards in 7 plays.
Oh boy, Jim. Oh boy.
That was some drive, Tony.
Oh, that was exactly what you want if you're Jacksonville coming in here, knowing how tough it is to win in this environment. You got to get off to a decent start. They did it. Now, Belichick and Brady are going to adjust, believe me.
This will be returned by Lewis. Trying to break free. And Grant, who had 2 big plays on that drive for the Jaguars, got the special teams tackle that time. Let's take a look at Next Gen Stats, powered by the AWS Cloud.
And the interior pressure provided by Jacksonville makes quarterbacks, if your eyes start in the wrong spot, you're going to see a lot of movement up front. Guys twisting, turning. They create one-on-one matchups all over the place. This coaching staff puts them in good situation, and they wreak havoc on quarterbacks. That's what they're trying to do to Brady today.
And folks, those next-gen stats were powered by AWS. From under center, Brady. 7-step drop, pass out of reach for Dion Lewis. But back to Mercedes Lewis, who caught the touchdown. Can you imagine what it's been like for him He was the only holdover from the last Jacksonville playoff team back in 2007, and now in his 12th NFL season, he's got his first playoff touchdown. They call him Grandpa, his teammates do.
Not sure that's a good thing when you're playing ball, but I'll tell you, he's an outstanding run blocker and pass protector. And last time, he had that feel when to let go and catch the touchdown.
Draw, and 2nd and 10, running right into Shaq Mason. Ball kind of, for a moment there, was a little bit loose. And what a play by Darius. Loss of 1. Darius coming down to Jacksonville, being reunited with his former head coach, Doug Marrone, from back in the Buffalo days. 3rd and 11. Burkhead will start out right alongside Brady on the 3rd down and long situation. Up the middle it goes. Incomplete. Intended for Hogan, no flag. It looked like for a moment that Gibson could have possibly had a play on that ball.
You see how tight these windows are, and this is why I thought the thumb could be an issue. Look at how little room you have to make that throw. That is great defense by Colvin, an underrated nickel corner who's played outstanding, and Brady gets hit again. This is going to be one of those games. You got to put under duress.
He got knocked down by Ngakwe right after he released it. This is Westbrook with the fair catch. Or make that Mickens. Mickens with the fair catch after a 53-yard punt. And the Patriot offense taken off the field quickly once again. Doug Marrone, who was the interim coach the last 2 games back in 16, and then Tom Coughlin picked him full-time. Former Buffalo Bill head coach for 2 years, where his first and last games were matchups against the Patriots.
He's done a fantastic job getting these guys ready for this week.
Big time. All year. And movement.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
There's Clete Blakeman. That's the first flag in the game. Not until a minute and a half into the 2nd quarter.
Cam Robinson right there, the little juke, which he doesn't have to do since he has a tight end standing right next to him.
Over to Grant, who caught 2 on the last drive for big plays. He's got another one near the first down. It looks like it's right on the money for another first. And Mercedes Lewis threw another block there to help free him.
Same play as before, but you're going to see, watch the blocking over here. They threw it inside last time to the tight end right there. This time they throw it outside, as you see the false start there with a perfect replay of it.
Marquise Lee appeared to be dinged on that last play. He headed out. It was enough for a first. Fake to Fournette. Did he freeze him? Goes down the field wide open. Wide open to Hearns, who stays in bounds. McCourty comes over to assist on Rowe's first attempt to knock him down. And it's a play for 27.
Hearns gets him moving and then goes up and goes right out to the sideline. Another great design play by Nathaniel Hackett is showing us something, not only today but all season. Play action, easy throws over and over again for Bortles, and that's how you do it. They're getting chunks. This is getting very dicey in the stadium. They're starting to feel this, the pressure of this.
There's Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator, who has found the openings these last 2 drives, and his quarterback has hit his last 7 passes. He was looking deep and takes what's there underneath for a gain of 8. Right back to Hearns.
Run, play action, 1 drop back, run, play action, screen. Watch right here. Here's the 1 drop back. And throw the ball 5 yards over the ball, move the chains, 2nd and 2. I mean, just perfect game getting called right now.
Look at this run that Bortles is on right now. His last 8 for 116 yards and the touchdown toss.
Keeping them off balance on defense. Run, screen, drop back, play action.
2nd and 2. Going to take a timeout. You know, Marone brought his team up to New England in August. Kind of interesting. These two franchises, they got together and said, hey, let's scrimmage, let's practice together. This has become a common thing now around the league, and it was Jacksonville and New England who united up here in Foxborough, and they were here for about 4 days. They had 2 full practices, a walkthrough, and the first preseason game for each team.
You're exactly right. I think it was huge for the Jaguars. When you go into a practice or something, you get to see Brady up close, you see the receivers and all the people you've heard about for years, and then you just get out there and you're like, yeah, they got us a little bit, but you know what? It didn't feel like it was impossible, right? You gain confidence without anybody knowing it. Subconsciously, these guys thought they could do it because of it.
And how many players told us in our meetings how much they benefited by that, as Fournette is wrestled down by Ricky Jean-Francois for no gain. You could tell that the Jacksonville players, there was some of the off factor had been taken away.
Yeah, I mean, when you get up in close with someone for 3-4 days, you start to figure out strengths, weaknesses, and maybe not so much schematically because things change, but you definitely, your players, you know, the young receivers get to go feel these DBs and be like, okay, I got them.
I'm not sure they'll be doing that next year, but I do know New England is scheduled to play. We'll play at Jacksonville in the regular season.
Might go for it on 4th down if they hand it off here and they're short.
They do hand it off on 3rd and 2, and they pick up the first. Fournette able to run through that traffic and pick up 4 and another new set of downs.
Doug Marone, fantastic. He loves to go for it and watch the blocking at the point right here. Great job by the fullback, Tommy Bohannon, and you know, they're just mashing them right there, getting 4 with this physical team up front, and they're holding the ball over and over. These drives keep getting longer. Whether there's points or not, we'll see, but they keep holding the ball.
Marquise Lee, by the way, I mentioned had been dinged. He's been back out there for a few plays. Here's Fournette. Fournette showing no issues with that ankle that was injured again last week in the second half against Pittsburgh. It had first been injured a game against the Rams back in October, but he is just fine and moving on.
So right here, this is what you saw earlier. They threw the screen twice. Now all of a sudden they come back and hand it off, and you see the slow play by Landon Roberts, who doesn't want to get beat on that screen again. Twice they got like 25, 30 yards.
TJ Yeldon comes in to the backfield. The last 9 first downs of this game have belonged to Jacksonville. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pass, Yeldon. Patriots are there. Van Noy blows it up.
New England's on top. As soon as Yeldon gets in the game, he's the 3rd down back. Radar goes way up, antennas say pass, pass, pass in their brain when he's in on 1st down.
That tipped it off.
You're not going to fool Bill Belichick sprinkling that in on 1st down.
Loss of 3. And now with 3 tight ends in the game.
Same formation as we saw before. You've got 3 guys to the right and the running back up top. 4 guys on one side.
And they go left with Yeldon. Gets the edge. Cole tries to throw a block. And where do they mark him out? Got it near the 6.
So watch again. When you do this, the quarterback has options. He can hand it off. He can fake it and keep it. He can also throw a screen right over here. And you see the screen up top? So Bortles is at the line right now saying, okay, we have contingency. They've run that formation about 4 or 5 times in the game. And each time they've done something different.
It's 3rd and 1, Tony.
Well, you know what they're going to do, Jim. They're going to pound the rock, and then they're going to go for it again on 4th down.
Pound it with Fournette. Pounds it for the 1st down. It's pushed back, but he'll get marked all the way up near the 3. 1st and goal for Jacksonville. Actually put it right back on the 4, and the last time they had 1st and goal at the 4, they threw it for the touchdown.
This is fantastic right here because you got 2 great red zone defense and a great red zone offense. 2 master situational teams down here. I'd do a little play action. Make them think like some run's coming and do something different right here.
In the postseason this year, Jacksonville, 7 out of 7 touchdown conversions in the red zone, including today. They hand it off. Fournette. He's driving, and he's in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Wow. Take that, they say.
right up the middle in the gut into the reduced front, bare front we call it, right at the teeth of the defense. You're not supposed to do that versus that look. This is not a good start for New England right now. Right through the A-gap with about 5 Patriots there. Fournette showing the power. I mean, right through Van Noy, pushes him right back. I mean, he's standing there.
Marone loves what he's seeing. His team, his last 2 possessions, has gone first 76 yards and now 77 yards right down the field.
And we knew this would be a game. We called it a 15-round fight to start. I still think it's that way. As long as Tom Brady wanted to come out and start this football game. Wow, shocked the stadium. They're quiet.
When you're going to put pressure now on Brady and the Patriots, with Brady not, you could say he's not 100%.
Yeah, it's tough. We need to keep watching. It's early.
As Lambeau this time, almost identical to the first PAT. It is good. And Bortles, after directing them down the field for 5 touchdown drives last week, has done it twice here in the first half at Gillette, leaving the Patriots puzzled. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the NFL. AWS Cloud, powering today's next-gen stats. And by AT&T. Well, since the start of Jacksonville's second offensive possession, they've out-yardaged New England 158 to -1. Here's a short kick to Lewis. This is something Belichick loves to do. There is a flag out. You don't see a lot of other teams do it to them. It's always been effective when New England has done it. Now it is put on them. And the Jaguars got what they wanted out of it, plus a flag.
During the return, holding return team number 59. It's a 10-yard penalty, first down New England.
And Tony, so far we have not seen much of Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, it's going to be tough all day. It looks like it's single high, one safety up in the middle. But when you look, that safety makes Brady think that Gronk is one-on-one. Nope. You have a safety double teaming him. What an outstanding job by Todd Washington. And then Ramsey, he was on him on 3rd down. Like I said, he might get in there. You're seeing it a little bit. They have a plan for him. Todd Wash, this defensive coordinator, is special, folks.
He's got Gibson on him now. Gibson, who has a foot issue and was questionable all week. Down to the bottom of the screen, and Brady's looking that way for Gronk. And it's knocked away by Gibson. And no flag on the field. Boy, Brady really tried to look him off, but he saw that matchup and he went for it.
Boy, he did, and he threw this ball perfect. Gronk goes up and really usually makes that. The problem is it's 35, 40 yards downfield. You don't usually get him to that point. I mean, that throw was perfect and under duress, which we said before the game, he's going to have to make a lot of throws under duress perfectly against tight coverage to win this game.
2nd and 10. Brady hit his first 7 passes. He's missed on his last 3. Now, looking, firing, and somehow Gronkowski holds on. He was walloped by Ramsey. Brady got hit again as well, but it goes for a gain of 20.
Well, there it is, what we just said again. Watch, it's a play fake. Pull the guard, look over the middle, and then Brady gets pounded and still throws a perfect ball under duress. And Dante Fowler continuing to provide the pressure. He is a pass rush specialist.
Look how Brady kept his hand from bracing himself as he was falling. First down, play action. Pass over the head, going back to Gronk for the 3rd straight play. Miles Jack, one of those in coverage.
See how everything's covered like tightly? Even though they're making plays, it's just hard. Everything is hard. It's like a great man-to-man team in basketball. You're like, every shot is difficult. The guy's hand is around you. You got to throw over a guy. It's got to be in the perfect spot. And the quarterback's got to get hit while he's doing it. Tom Brady has an incredible challenge in front of him today. And I don't think that a lot of people knew that going in.
And he's going against, as you see the graphic there, the #1 pass defense in the league this season. He's got a 2nd and 10. They seal the pocket for him, and Burkhead, ball came out. Should be ruled incomplete. It is. That was Telvin Smith who made sure that would not be a 5-yard gain with the catch.
Tom dropping back. You see right over the ball, Telvin Smith. You can hear it. He's got great instincts. Telvin Smith's one of the most underrated linebackers in the game.
I agree with that.
He's just got great instincts. He can fly.
3rd and 10. Burkhead got dinged on that play. Looking for their first conversion on 3rd down today. Brady, pressure all around him. Finally, they take him down at the 29, and it's Fowler with his 2nd sack here in the first half.
This is an outstanding job by Todd Wash. New England puts their running back out wide just to see who's on him, linebacker or corner. Well, Jalen Ramsey runs out there. So Brady's like, oh, it's zone. It's just zone. Not a big deal. Come on back in. I know it's zone. So his eyes are going to start in the wrong spot. They confused Brady on that play. Made it look like zone, and it was man.
And that punt goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 46 yards. Saxonville doing what it's been doing all season long, getting to the quarterback. We're back with Jacksonville up 14-3, 5.5 to go in the first half. Driven for touchdowns the last 2 times they've had it. The Jags start this series from the 25. Basically, same point the last 2 drives began. Fournette into a wall for 1. Considered the league's most prestigious honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award presented by Nationwide recognizes the NFL players who have made big contributions on the game and in their communities. And stay tuned, during halftime we'll exclusively announce the 3 finalists for this year's award, and the winner will be announced at NFL Honors on February 3rd, 9 p.m. Eastern on NBC. For more about it and the nominees, visit NFL.com/Man of the Year. 2nd and 9. Second straight running play, second straight time. The Patriots are all over it for no gain. No gain on this one. Malcolm Brown in the center of that group.
Look at all the plays over there on that left side. You see 8, 7, 10. That keeps the ball away from Tom.
Third down back comes in. Yeldon. Crowd trying to create a spark for this defense as Bortles flings it down the field, and it is caught by Cole.
Oh my goodness, who is this guy? Blake Bortles throwing back shoulder 30 yards on the sideline to a free agent. Cole coming up with a catch. We'll see.
Does he hold on to it? Does he?
Right foot, left foot. Now let's see the ball. Malcolm Butler on the play.
They hurried to the line and they got the snap off before a challenge flag could come out.
Outstanding job getting up and going,
yes,
though.
That's huge, Ed.
Oh, illegal shift, though. They weren't set.
Illegal shift. Offense. All 11 men did not get set for prior to the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Here's the play to Cole.
The thing now is you can replay this. So that play, that's a big call if this was a drop.
What you're saying is you can challenge it.
You can challenge this, yes. Because it's a false start, you can challenge. It's almost like the play didn't happen. Let's see.
Yeah, looks like he maintained possession.
He did, yep.
There's nothing worth challenging as it turns out anyway. But back him up 5 off the penalty.
What a throw, though. Oh, who is this guy?
He's a guy that's thrown for 155 yards and a touchdown. And he hands it off to Yeldon, who takes a big hit, spins around, takes it to the 48. Right into Landon Roberts. What's he feeling like right now?
Oh, he feels very comfortable. When your defense gives up 3 points to Tom Brady and a half on the road.
And you're making throws like the one you just did.
Well, they allowed him to get into the game. They allowed him to feel comfortable, and now you're just in a rhythm and you're throwing. You feel like you got to lead. You just let it go. That was just what you should do with young quarterback. Take a guy on the sideline on 3rd and 8 and throw it to him. Just throw it. Throw it 30 yards down the side. It's a safe throw.
2nd and 11. He gives it to Yeldon, still on his feet. He reaches down to about the 44 as the clock.
It's going to go down.
Yeah, they can take it all the way down to the 2-minute warning.
You're darn sure they're going to, too.
Well, that's not going to happen because New England just called timeout.
Smart. I was actually wondering if Bill was going to do that because that's exactly what you want to do. Make these guys come back. If they throw it here, you still get it back before the 2-minute. If it's incomplete.
Leaves the Patriots with 1.
The real decision is going to be where's that line? That's the kicking for the field goal.
For more on that, very timely, let's bring in Jay Feely.
Well, Tony, going into the very little win there is, Josh Lambo went back to about the 32-yard line, so a 50-yard field goal. That's where they're trying to get. That's the yard line going this way. It's kicked very well in the playoffs. One of the big pickups mid-season, only missed 1 field goal this year.
Amazing pickup after being jettisoned by the Chargers.
You know, it's warm enough to kick it probably for this kid from, I know 32 is ideal. Be interesting to see if they, you know, if they're at the 37 or 8, you kick a 55-yarder.
Well, they need to get to the 37 for a first. It's 3rd and 7. And they'll move Lee over to the other side. Just got the snap off in time. Bortles pass. What a catch that is. That is Lewis with a flag out. That may say he did not get the snap off in time.
Prior to the snap, delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty, so 3rd down.
Out of a timeout, they do not get the snap away in time. It was fractions. But instead of that completion holding up for a first, back him up to the 50, 3rd and 12.
Well, can he do it again? Let's see Belichick. He knows his plans to bring a safety down and make Bortles throw the ball outside. See if this guy goes back now because the big throw. If he comes down, throw it outside, Blake.
Bortles spins away. We're going to have a holding call, it looks like. Bortles wisely puts 2 hands on it as Adam Butler finally ends the play to nowhere.
Holding, offense, number 74. Penalties declined, moves up 4th down.
Ooh, you want to decline the sack, but the clock's going to run here. Now watch this. Bortles looking, and there's a big hold right there by Cam Robinson. He just rips him down on Wise Jr. 91 and looks banged up there on the ground.
There's Nortman's punt. Amendola will set up the possession at the 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Nationwide. Here's a look from our Nationwide Skycam, and you saw a little time management issue, a big one actually, right there with the punt.
I don't know why you rush up to give Tom Brady another timeout. 2:02. They can run it here. They can do anything now. That clock was running. It was not a penalty. It was a sack. I think Doug Marrone thought it was a penalty, so the clock stopped.
Saves New England's last time out, and that running play is stopped quickly. And we reach the 2-minute warning with the Jags in front 14-3. You're watching the NFL on CBS. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. And by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Shad Khan, he's got the worst seat in the box right now, but he is the man who owns this team, and it's his 100th game as the owner. And Robert Kraft bought this franchise of the Patriots 24 years ago today. As Brady goes sideline, Cooks makes the catch. Boye forces him out.
Brady throwing to the sideline, making sure he's in. Cooks got in.
Picks up 14 and a first. Pass across the middle. They'll hurry to the line.
Yep, you got to go now.
Timeout.
You got one timeout. Get up on the ball and keep going.
8 yards to Amendola.
Here we go. Got to watch the backs in these situations. He likes to throw to them.
2nd and 2. There it is. To White. Right you are. Telvin Smith tackles him, but he was out of bounds to stop it. We've got the Verizon halftime report coming up. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cowher. Their highlights and analysis of the first half on the Verizon halftime report. They've given up points in both playoff games in the last 2 minutes of the first half. A field goal to Buffalo and then that touchdown on 4th and 11 to Pittsburgh. And this pass is incomplete. Is Barry Church. That's going to draw a flag. Barry Church hit him.
Oh, Jim, that's a penalty for sure. But now we got to see if Gronk, if that's definitely a penalty. Hit him in the helmet.
Yeah.
No question. Now it's going to be about the concussion aspect. I mean, look at, he's kind of walking. We got to see this. This is huge.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 42. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Gronkowski definitely wobbly right now.
Oh, boy.
And he's being helped to the sideline by the training staff.
It's a definite penalty. Church goes right helmet to helmet. You can't do that. It's the correct call. But I can tell you right now, the bigger picture is going to be whether or not when he gets right up, I mean, he's got to go into the concussion protocol. He's done for the half for sure. And they're going to check on him. He got up a little woozy, wobbly. He's going to say he's okay here, but boy, that's a, oh my goodness, blow to the New England Patriots if he cannot play the rest of this game.
Dwayne Allen has come in at tight end as Brady goes deep. And it was a little shove, yes, Boye on Cooks.
Pass interference, defense, number 21. Ball in place at the spot of the foul. First down, New England.
Vertical route by Cooks. He's a vertical runner. Boye should know that. He tries to get out of there, and he holds him a little bit too much. Didn't have to do that. Doesn't like the call, but you had your hands on him. That is a definite penalty. This is big right here. Touchdown is a huge possession. Holding them to a field goal here would be unbelievable for Jacksonville right now.
That was a 32-yard penalty. And from the gun, Brady guns it. Down to the 1. Slithers Cooks.
Got all the time in the world. Now, New England likes to get up and hand this ball off right to the right really quickly.
Going left, White. In for the touchdown.
Just a great job by New England being prepared to get up at the line. Jacksonville's not prepared to get in their gaps.
Nope, they weren't ready.
New England gets right up and hands it. You know what's shocking was I was like, you're going to wait and you're going to take your time, right? Well, New England wants the ball back again. They hope they throw it 3 times so they can get it back again.
Wiskowski adds the extra point. That's an 85-yard drive. 47 of the 85 by penalty. And White has his 6th touchdown in the last 3 playoff games. Look at this on the season. 14 out of 18 times putting points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Well, when you got Tom Brady, that's his time. I think we know how special he is. That's why they score at the end of every half. And what he did there was almost necessary. It was huge.
Wiskowski will get the touchback. Grant drops down. And we've got the Verizon halftime report. Nate, by the way, was the only one to pick Jacksonville, I believe, on the set before the game. And the whole crew will be there for highlights, analysis, Verizon halftime report. Now the Jags, they have a couple of timeouts. Got to be careful, as you mentioned, if you come out and throw 3 incompletions, you get Brady the ball back again.
Oh, no, they're going to run. Yeah, they're not doing anything.
Yeah, look at that.
They don't want New England touching this ball again.
Remember, they did defer, so they will be getting the football to start the second half.
That's exactly what you want out of Jacksonville. Even New England feels I'm a lot more comfortable now if I'm New England, right? The problem I have is I just lost my second best player on the entire football team, possibly for the entire game.
Jacksonville heading in with a halftime lead.
Incredible start right there for Jacksonville. They feel good. This has got a game. It's here.
Tracy, down to you.
Thanks a lot. Coach, you dominated that first half, but your thoughts on those big penalties that led to the touchdown there?
Well, I don't know if we dominated, but we've got to play well. You know, we had the first down. We got the delay. That hurt us. Then we wound up kicking it, and then, you know, I thought it was a good call here. You know, the helmet to helmet was a good call. I'm not sure about the one on the sideline there, but you can't do that against a team like this. You know, they've done such a great job of driving down before the halves and scoring, and that's just what they did. So we just got to regroup, get back out here. We got to make some adjustments in all 3 phases in the locker room, get our players ready to go in the second half.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
As he said, that delay of game was a big one. That took away what would have been a first down. They could have possibly run it down and scored again before the end of the half. 14-10 Jags at the intermission. Halftime after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. Time to get the third quarter started. The winner advancing to Minneapolis in Super Bowl 52 is the AFC champions. And on February 4th, America's game welcomes a global superstar. Now, he'll take the biggest stage of all. It's the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show featuring Justin Timberlake. And to follow Justin on his journey to the world's biggest stage, visit PepsiHalftime.com. And what are you expecting here in the second half as Jacksonville gets the football first?
Well, I expect Jacksonville to keep doing the same things. The problem is you run out of like cool play action plays in the second half. It's going to be tougher for Bortles because there's going to be more drop back in this half. New England shut the run down. And then on the other side of the ball, I would argue play man-to-man everywhere. Make Brady beat you in tight contested throws. Rob's not there. You don't need to help any individual now. No penalties, Jacksonville. This game's going to the wire.
We're still waiting word at Gronkowski, who's going through the concussion protocol procedure, what his status will be for the second half, but here we go. Gronkowski to send it down to Grant. Line drive kick. And it will not be returned, but we're going to return to the sideline to Tracy.
Well, Jim, I was right there on the sideline when Rob Gronkowski got hit in the head, and he got up wobbly saying, wow, wow, just completely shaken up. He remains in the locker room. He is being looked at by the independent neurologist and other athletic trainers for the Patriots as well. And right now he remains there, and they are calling him questionable to return with a head injury, Jim.
Okay. Thank you, Tracy. Blake Bortles will take this first snap of the third quarter under center. 13 out of 15 in the first half. There's Fournette for 2. You heard Doug Marrone say to Tracy, those 2 big penalties. This is the delay of game penalty, and you can see they did not beat the play clock, and it wiped out what would have been a first down catch by Lewis. Then after the penalty on Church, which no one disputes, there was this pass interference call against Bouye. 31-yard penalty that ended up setting up the Patriots 2 plays later for a touchdown by James White. 2nd and 8. Play action, Bortles. All kinds of time, and now gives it to Bohannon, his fullback. Caught a touchdown last week, and he runs over for a moment Patrick Chung and has a good gain on the first down.
Incredible patience by Bortles in that pocket. The poise he's playing with today is really, I mean, really outstanding in a game of this magnitude. And right there you see the fullback in the flat who came out, blocked the linebacker, gets in the flat. How many play actions can they give him before they run out, Jim? Because That's really disrupting New England's defensive plan.
Bill Cowher said in the studio at halftime that Jacksonville can respond to that late first half score by New England. They did it last week. Fournette for 1. Yeah, they gave up that, what some would think would be just a crushing touchdown on 4th and 11 last week to the Steelers right before the half with seconds to go. They came right back and drove it down the field to start the third. And they own time of possession. They own the clock in the first half.
You can see right there, that's, I mean, every recipe ever to beat New England starts with that. How do you keep your team on the field and keep that number 12 off it? They're doing it today.
Down! 380!
2nd and 9. Fournette. Malcolm Butler was waiting for him. Holds him to another yard. 2 straight 1-yard carries by Fournette. 3rd and 8.
This game is going to turn into a drop-back game for Blake Bortles at some point, and he's going to have to, you know, feel the moment as far as, can you, 3rd and 8, can you keep throwing the throws that Tom's had really throughout the whole first half? But Blake is going to have to make them here on 3rd down in the second half.
4 out of 6 on 3rd down in that first half. And it's rocking in Foxborough. Comes the blitz. Bortles gets to away. Yeldon held on with 2 players colliding with him and also made enough move to pick up the first down by a yard.
The running back, watch right here. He's got to pick up. Nope, his guy doesn't come. Yeldon bursts, and that throw being out in front while off your back foot, Blake Bortles, I'm telling you, Bortles is playing the game of the year for him right now. And he's had some pretty decent games, but really impressive.
He's got his left tackle, Cam Robinson, being 10-2. We're going to step aside for a moment. Bortles has tied his NFL record, his personal record of 12 straight completions. Josh Wells in at left tackle. As Robinson walked off the field under his own power. And first down run, Fournette. Pushed back by Lawrence Gay after 3. And let's get an update from Tracy.
Well, the update on left tackle Cam Robinson is it is a shoulder injury, and right now he is questionable to return, Jim.
Okay, he's had, you know, an ab issue, ankle, back, and he's going into the 10th.
Yeah, he's a rookie. Usually you have about 14 things by this point in the year.
The list is growing.
But he's done a great job at that left tackle. I didn't think they really knew they were going to get that kind of production this year out of it.
2nd round pick out of Alabama, 2nd and 7. Get Yeldon make that Fournette avoid what would have been a loss. Chung was ready to deck him. But with all that size and everything, look at all this agility by Fournette.
Watch him. He does this last week too. It's a right there and gets right up over. 3 times last week he gets up and does that little spin move. And he got hurt on one of them, though. If you remember, that's
the ankle.
Tweaked his ankle.
Here's an interesting point on the field. 36-yard line, borderline field goal range. 3rd down and 4.
Same formation as the first 3rd down early in the game. They ran a crosser and a quick out.
Gonna roll out. Knocked down by Flowers. And they're gonna bring out Lambo for a field goal attempt.
Flowers on the edge. Watch him go right against Lewis, and wow, he almost had an interception. Right in the hands.
That ends the completion streak at 12, and now from 54 yards.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Field position, everything points. This is huge, Jim.
Make it, you got a 7-point lead. Miss it, Patriots take over at the 44. Lambo from 54, look at that kick. It's good.
It's perfect. 17-10 Jags.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Diet Dr. Pepper, it's the sweet one. And by Taco Bell. where you can experience the power of the dollar. And Tony, you're about to head into the off season. We want to make sure you're well supplied. Okay?
I got to be honest. How come I'm not getting paid for this? I mean,
oh, come on.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's my name and likeness, right? I mean,
they're all yours. Hopefully, you'll be able to get to the AT&T Pebble Beach with them all still intact.
yeah.
We'll see you there in a few weeks.
That's a good-looking guy on that ball. I tell you what, whoever they put there.
So a moment ago during the break, we saw a little, I don't know, treatment to the bandage for Brady on the sideline. What's this all about?
Well, you're going to see they're going to put that on top, and that's basically just to keep the bandage on. So what they're doing right there is they're going to, it's almost like a glue, but it's not, but it just kind of keeps it on there tight. And so that way when you sweat, move around, it doesn't just start getting, you know, to a point where it falls off.
So Dwayne Allen is his tight end, with Gronkowski still in the locker room, undergoing the concussion protocol. Brady 12 out of 17, 124 in that first half. Hands it off to Lewis. Able to quickly get outside and turn it into 4. Telvin Smith on the tackle. Thursday on CBS, your favorite NFL players showcase their best talents off the field. You can watch and vote live to decide who really is the MVP, the most valuable performer, that is. That's Thursday, January 25th on CBS. It's an NFL talent show. You got to see it coming up this Thursday. Second down and 6. He fakes it, steps up into it, goes deep, and double coverage and no flag. Cooks was surrounded by both Ramsey and Bouye. He had the 2 corners on him.
Saw the end of the plays. Ramsey's there. You got Bouye running with Cooks. He knows he's down the field threat now. Another perfectly thrown ball, though, right in his breadbasket.
Hey, with Gronkowski being out, what does that mean right now for the Jags side of things on the defense here?
Man to man. Play man. You don't have to double anybody. Make one of these other guys beat you. Don't let the running back beat you. You can't let him go up and just beat a linebacker.
3rd and 6. And they convert for the first time today on 3rd down with Hogan left open in the middle of the field.
Tom Brady, watch the rat defender. Miles Jack is right here. Rat defender means he's the helper. You can go anywhere. He looks at Tom Brady, and he doesn't keep going with Hogan. Don't look at Tom Brady's eyes. You got to read the coverages. Brady, outstanding. Under pressure, in the middle of the pocket slides. This is what makes him special. He'll move people. You've got to read the coverage as a helper.
Flash and fake to Lewis again. He thinks he can get something down the middle, and Cooks unable to pull it in. The pass was there.
Eyes in the wrong spot, and Cooks is wide open and perfect throw, and just comes off his hands. And if this game doesn't go New England's way, this is the play you're going to look back at. That was a monster chunk.
He had a 2-yard separation on Telvin Smith.
Once again, get caught looking in the backfield at Brady, and you got to read the route recognition. You know, as a linebacker, you can't get caught looking at Tom.
2nd and 10. Straight drop. Setting up a little pass to Lewis. Miles Jack is there. And Jones finishes it off. Managed to turn that into a positive play. It looked like Jack might drop him for a loss of a couple, but it turns out a gain of 4.
Jacksonville ain't hiding no more. They're not going to do anything different. They're going to play man again, and they're going to make Tom Brady continue to throw these balls in tight windows.
3rd and 6 as White returns to the lineup. And White gets the football. Jacksonville drops him after a pickup of about 3. And the punting unit comes onto the field for Coach Belichick. Not before, though, he has one last little word for Brandon King. Rookie D.D. Westbrook is back deep. Signals for a catch. He makes it.
Outstanding situational job there by Jacksonville not to jump off sides. New England tried, and they've gotten a lot of teams there. Well coached.
We are back in New England. The sun will set on one team season. Who's going to Minneapolis? A quarter and a half to go. Play action and a rollout on the bootleg, and the pass is wide of Marquise Lee. Bortles, though, has had a big day. He told us last night, Tony, he says, you know, I'm not a natural thrower. Changed his throwing motion here in the last few years, especially made great progress this last year. Working with Tom House in the offseason out in Los Angeles.
And that was his best throw of the day on the sideline right there on that third down. And well-designed plays all over. He's playing the game of his life right now. And he needs it today. They really need him to play like this to beat a Tom Brady-led team.
Here they come after him. In trouble, and he holds on to it as he's decked back at the 5-yard line. Lawrence Guy was there. James Harrison in the area.
New England comes after him. 6-man rush. Safety blitz, Patrick Chung. And right there, they've adjusted. No one's better at halftime. They're not going to let him sit and play action and look down the field. They're going to come after him. This ball's going to come out. You want to send people 30 yards downfield? We're going to make the ball come out of your hand in 2 seconds.
Second sack by the Patriots in this one. Coming off the 8 against the Titans.
Just a handoff.
It's Yeldon. And he is popped and dropped after 2.
Outstanding series for New England. They got life in the building.
Belichick loving what he saw as Matt Patricia's defense made some adjustments.
No one's better. Best halftime adjustments, really in-game adjustments of anybody that's coached.
Nortman with a big boot. Room to run it back, though, for Amendola. And they come converging, including Grant making another special teams tackle after 51-yard punt. 6 minutes to go in third. Jags up 7. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Coors Light. Whatever your mountain, climb on. And by Verizon, the most awarded network ever. This will be the best starting point for either side. Ball at the 46-yard line. Patiently looking for a crease. It has a gain of about 3. We're going to say goodbye after this game to 3 of the greats of CBS Sports for so many years, working their last NFL game. We'll get to them in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 7. Pass complete. Lewis, though, they're on him. Puslesny is there. Fred Bucky Pinciera, 50 years with us. Nick Muro, field technical manager, 36 years. Joe Canavan, Vice President Remote Broadcast, 41 years. Thank you, all of you. Over 125 years combined of great service and friendship. Here's a 3rd and 4. Lewis able to wiggle free, and then 2 more Jaguars, including Colvin, are there to get him.
Does he punt again, or does he go for it? He's got to punt again and trust his defense after that last one, doesn't he? I think he has to. Now here they come. Boy, effort great by Lewis, but you could see the speed of Telvin Smith.
Boy, you pointed out last time how the Patriots are so good at drawing a team off in this very situation on 4th and 2. And the snap away, Allen punts it, takes something off of it. And Westbrook makes the catch over the shoulder. Again, they'll start near the 10-yard line for the 2nd straight drive. What are you going to see out of Jacksonville differently on this series?
Well, if they're smart, the adjustment out of New England has been to rush extra guys. They don't want Bortles getting comfortable, looking 30 yards downfield and throwing a fullback in the flat and getting 15 yards. You can't give them those chunk plays without really doing much of anything. I expect pressure on the early downs from Belichick, and I expect, hopefully, that Jacksonville does something. If not, Belichick has them again.
Blake Hunt is down to 1. Fournette makes sure he secures it. Loss of a yard. This is the top rushing team in the league. Most attempts, most yards on the season. So far in this game, 72 yards on the ground on 24 carries. 3 a pop.
Well, we knew going into the game. We talked about it before the game, and I said New England's going to take away your run. You're going to have hard runs, but if you can get 25, that's a great job. 30. I mean, just the ability to do that. It's been the throwing. You got to throw the ball to beat New England. They're going to make you do it.
2nd and 11. To stay on the ground, trying to bounce outside. Fournette finds a little opening, and he's able to climb his way all the way out to about the 16. And Cam Robinson back on the field. He helped throw a block for that one. The left tackle, 74.
And watch, Fournette once again gets here, sees him, and then does his little spin again. And they were prepared for this as he goes, not now. You get 4 or 5 yards on that extra every time. Here we go.
3rd and 3. Yeldon comes in.
Got to cover the crossers, New England.
Bortles pass. There's the crosser to Lee. And they've got a first down. Just as you set it up, Tony. Picks up 18.
Lee does a wonderful job coming from right to left. And you'll see Mercedes Lewis going from left to right. Bortles hangs in and finds the one guy who gets the leverage. And right now, that throw behind, but he got so much room and open on that play. And Patricia's, he knows what they're going to try and do. You gotta risk it. Bring the free safety in there. Get an extra robber, a helper.
Patricia thought they had him 3 and out for the 2nd straight series. Watch out. Flea flicker. Bortles takes what he can get, and he's able to throw a strike to Hearns on the run.
This is not normal. Flea flicker, everybody watch. You're going to see him down. We're all going to come down the field. Great pressure by Flowers off the edge, makes him roll out. And then just slipping out late. Bortles using his legs again to extend the play and throw it at the last second. Now you run the ball. Just get back to eating the clock a little bit for a play.
Bortles at 217 passing yards. First down from the 49, and it's Fournette. Takes it just across the 50 for a couple. If you can find a way to take this football all the way back from your own 9 and get anything out of it, a field goal would be huge to go into the 4th quarter and have that double-digit lead.
Oh boy, you're going to need it too, because number 12, he didn't get here by chance. He knows, he feels just comfortable right now. He's been here a million times.
2nd and 8. Well, he wanted to go that way. Instead, underneath Lee. Stiff arm. Fights for that first down. Great, powerful move by the wideout going against Eric Rowe, and he out-battled him for 9 and a new set of downs.
What patience. Watch. Bortles look downfield and then come all the way back to Lee. He wanted to throw the single on the outside, and Eric Rowe giving up too much. But look at, you're going to see Bale right here on the left side of your screen by Gilmore not giving up the goal. Bortles stays calm, and he's getting good protection in the pocket because of the play calling. Run, pass, run, pass. They don't know whether to rush or play the run on each play.
Here's a first down. Toss over to Fournette. Robinson was out there throwing a block. Fournette takes it for about 13, and now they're in field goal range.
Just a simple toss. You'll see a pull right here by the left tackle and left guard. And Fournette with the one cut right back in. This defense has to be getting tired at this point, Jim. This is exactly why you rush it this many times. But it only works if you connect on those 3rd downs the way that Jacksonville has today.
And one of their best rushers, that Patriot defense, Trey Flowers, just hobbled to the sideline as Fournette goes out for a quick breather. It's Corey Grant who replaces him. He's had a fine game in a lot of different areas. They fake the handoff. Bootleg. The little ball is dropped by Koyak, who scored the only touchdown in that wild card victory over Buffalo. 5 seconds to go, third quarter. This place was...
It's dead quiet right now.
That frenzied atmosphere we just had.
It's real quiet. It's allowing Bortles to talk to everybody, go up to the line, talk in a normal tone. They're trying to pick it up. They need something to go their way, New England.
2nd and 10. Hand off to Grant to close out the quarter. Gets to about the 25. Jacksonville will go to the final quarter up 7. The David versus Goliath matchup has 15 minutes to go in Foxborough. Here's a look from our nationwide Skycam. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson, Jay Feely. Fourth quarter winner goes to the Super Bowl. 3rd and 8 for Jacksonville. From the New England 25. Blitz time. Bortles unloads it. Throws it away. And Lambeau will try now a field goal from about 43 yards out, Tony, that would give them the 10-point lead.
What a great job by Belichick. Way out here. You're going to see a blitz by Butler. He's not even in your screen. And there's no way to pick that up unless you had some unique way of knowing. They set that up all game for a huge 3rd and 8. Makes Bortles throw it earlier than he wants to. This is the kick of this kid's here, right here, of his life.
Well, he's already made one from 54.
Yeah, this is to go up 2 possessions, though, in the 4th.
This from 43. Lambeau's kick. Again, dead center.
I don't know. He looked nervous.
Did he? Yeah.
Wow, right down the middle.
He's only missed one the entire year. Amazing pickup. Walter Payton, Man of the Year. You saw the announcement at halftime, the league's most prestigious honor. Congratulations to Greg Olson, Benjamin Watson, J.J. Watt. They've been named the finalists. The winner will be announced at NFL Honors on February 3rd on NBC. Fantastic work by these 3 great young men in their communities.
Who do you think's the front runner there?
Well, I don't want to slide anybody's
No,
efforts.
they all had incredible years.
Listen, we all know what JJ did with the hurricane relief.
I think that's it's got the front runner.
But they all
deserve.
Seriously, I give it to all 3. Last year, there were 2 winners.
Was there? Is that legal?
Yes.
All right, back to kickoffs.
(20-10). 8 seconds into the 4th. And that is not returnable. And let's throw it down to Tracy.
Jim, I just got word from the Patriots. Rob Gronkowski officially out for the game with a concussion, Jim.
Oh, my goodness. You saw it earlier. It's the right move. He definitely got up wobbly. But, Jim, Tom Brady's down 10 at home at Gillette. 4th quarter against the #1 ranked pass defense in the league, and he just lost his #1 option, an any man coverage route that they would run. This is as daunting almost as that Super Bowl last year. This is going to be tough.
Going to run it on 1st down to Lewis. If you can come back from 28-3, I know the Patriot Nation is saying, they faced some daunting situations in the past. And by the way, there have been 5 times in postseason play during the Brady-Belichick era where they've been down double digits and came back to win in the postseason, including their last 2 Super Bowl victories.
Well, and that Seattle one, that 10 was actually in the 4th quarter. Now, I know it was 28-3 in Atlanta, but they slowly came back, and they also had
that was the same. That was mid-3rd. Yeah,
that was exactly right. But
late 3rd.
Well, nothing's going to be bigger than that, right?
2nd and 8.
But this guy can do
wide open. It's Cooks.
I tell you right now, you're looking at the GOAT. The GOAT's down 10. Here we go. This is what sports is all about right here. Cooks goes down. A little too much room by Boyad. Got to get up. Be aggressive.
So that pass on the mark. Brady up to 170 passing. And one more time, if anybody happened to miss at the start and all the stories and speculation about what Brady would be as far as percentage-wise, doesn't look all that different. Watch out here. That was a backward pass, and it's coming back over to Lewis. Solder in front. A whole brigade, but Miles Jack falls on it, comes up with the football. He's got the football in his hands.
Oh, I think he got it, Jim. I think he actually got it. Did that just happen? The play of the year on offense, it was unbelievable. A double pass back.
And in the end, Miles Jack absolutely steals it away on the takedown.
We got to see this. Oh, that's loose. That is definitely, oh.
Ruling on the field is that the runner fumbled. It was recovered by the defense. First down, Jacksonville.
So again, the ruling on the field, it is a Jacksonville recovery. All turnovers are reviewed. Is there a control issue here at all? I can't see that being that Lewis has control at that point. Is it starting to slip over Jack's way?
It obviously comes out there. The question is, does he get possession back right there? I mean, it's like on his hip, but that's got, oh my goodness. Let's see the other angle before we, let's see if his knee was down at any point before that ball. The ball's loose before anything here. So the ball's already loose there. Now the question is, when it goes loose, does he go back and have possession there?
Does that look like possession?
Not there, it doesn't. That first angle we had is probably the best. Let's see right here. Ball's loose, so bam, right there, it goes out. Now are you saying that he gets it back? He can't see from there.
It's not a kind of a play you see all that often, Tony, where it just transfers over to the defensive player, but it was on its way over to Miles Jack. First he knocks it loose. Lewis is trying to pin it to his own body, but it's still at that point transitioning. And again, it used to be what the ruling on the field is. You have to have clear, obvious reason to overturn it. Is that the case here? That's going to be the question.
Boy, that's a tough one too, because you can see the initial movement of the ball. And when it moves like that, it tells you it's off. It almost has to stay.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands as called. It's a first down, Jacksonville.
First turnover of this AFC championship game, and it's a huge one. It was on the heels of a big play by the Patriots.
I mean, it definitely moves, so it's out of control. Do you call it control when he has it back on his hip? I think it's the right call. It should stand. I mean, you can't overturn that, just not enough.
No.
Wow, what a play by Jack. Well, I mean, just incredible what just happened right there.
With 13 and a half remaining. And now they'll run it with Fournette. And, go back to Dion Lewis. He had fumble issues at the end of last year, including in a divisional game win against Houston where he rushed for a score, caught one, and returned a kick. But he fumbled a couple of times, and it really menaced him the whole offseason. We met with him just this week, and that was a big thing for this Patriot team. They gave him that position really the second half of the year because he was so dependable holding on to the football this year.
That's so tough, though. They're so fast, the Jags, the linebackers, Smith and Jack. That's why you go draft these guys, to make plays like that.
Straight drop for Bortles. Steps up, flings it wildly. And Lewis was looking around to no avail. 3rd and 7.
Oh, I think this place might get a little energy for this one. We'll see.
3rd downs, though, in this game. While New England is only 1 out of 8, Jacksonville is 6 out of 11.
It's the story of the game so far. Belichick came after him last time. We'll see if he decides to play coverage this time or come after again. He's doing the same blitz. Right here comes Butler. Does he pick it up?
Butler trying to blitz. Pass caught, but it's going to be short of the first. Burns pushed back by McCourty. Big tackle by McCourty. Stops him a yard short of the first.
Same exact offensive play and same exact defensive play as they both ran on the last 3rd down for Jacksonville. Bortles adjust, but it was just too far to go.
There's Amendola back at the 11.
Ooh, look at this. See the guy right here and here. They could throw this there if someone doesn't get out there. New England doesn't know what to do. Timeout, New England. Bill's going to let him go. Now they're going back.
And all the while, if you get somebody to jump, you'll get yourself a first down, but that doesn't happen. Their catch signal, 15-yard line.
Give New England credit. No timeout taken there. A lot of coaches would have taken it. He trusted his guys. They were prepared for something sneaky.
12 minutes left. Jags in front by 10. Minnesota and Philadelphia coming up on Fox, and the Super Bowl coming up on NBC in 2 weeks' time. Brady out of the gun, all the way back to the 5. He drops and he throws it, and it is pulled down as Bouye was trying to get there and close in and make a play on the ball, but Cooks makes the catch for 18.
Bouye has got to get a little more aggressive. I mean, that's too much space. That's like the 5th throw that Cooks has done that on him now.
Cooks now 100-yard game, 6 catches. First down, Brady throwing again. Brady's throwing down. He grabs the face mask. His help to his feet. Looks at his left hand, not his right, but he's taken down by Darius.
Shaq Mason one-on-one. Darius gets to the quarterback, and every one of these plays gets more and more important.
And it sets the Patriots back 8. And sack number 3 for the game for Jacksonville. Second and 18. Deep ball down the field and overthrown, but tight double coverage on Hogan, including Jalen Ramsey, who we had a chance to meet with. Very confident second-year player who made first-team All-Pro this year. Number 20.
You can see the catch-up speed right there. He was behind him 2 yards and then gets in front of him by a yard.
You asked Ramsey yesterday, you ever get bored out there? And he said, yeah, I do sometimes.
They don't throw at him that much sometimes.
Yeah. Here's Bortles trying to stay loose as it's a 3rd and 18. Pocket sealed for a moment. Brady's able to throw it. And they convert on 3rd and 18. That's a huge play for the Patriots. Amendola with the catch for 21.
Only Tom Brady. Watch the quietness in the pocket. You're going to see right up top here the in cut. See how he looks off the linebacker's left? Don't go with his eyes. I'm telling you, he's going to move you. It's really special how he does it. Big time play by Brady.
Big time one they had to have. Back to Brady it comes. Just standing there like a statue as he unloads it. And it is caught by Dorsett.
Only New England runs 2 trick plays out of like 6. A really unique flea flicker, and Dorsett gets behind Jack, but Jack smelled that out pretty quick. It was just a perfect throw right over his shoulder. Brady knows when Jack's into the line of scrimmage, turns and flies out of there, and Brady knows he's not looking at him, so he doesn't have to overthrow his receiver because the linebacker will never turn around. Can Tom Brady do it again?
Dorsett for 31 from the 23. Jump pass incomplete. Colvin was there to defend on Amendola.
I mean, give McDaniels credit, Jim. Give him credit for this. It's hard to move the ball against this Jags defense over and over again, right? So he's dying to find chunk plays another way. He's doing it uniquely with different things. That's how they're getting some of these big plays. I mean, Jacksonville's played outstanding on defense, but some of his plays are just very uniquely constructed.
Like I said, 2 trick plays in the 4th quarter.
Got the penalty on the long one in the 1st. I mean,
Todd Wash, defensive coordinator, looking on. 2nd and 10. Finds the time, pulled down. Good catch by Amendola. With 2 receivers in the area, but that goes for 11.
Amendola been doing that for a lot of years. Run up behind people. You have your choice of route. Now the big question is, you had a Gronk package before he left, and that's out. Now you got to watch the running back coming up and going down over here. Guys going across the field this way.
Good protection. Amendola for the touchdown.
New England's going to flood the zone, put the running back over there, the tight end, and then bring Amendola underneath. That's That's 4 guys. Watch. 4 guys on the left side of the field. They're flooding the zone area with too many guys, and it puts Smith in a bind. Does he take deep or short? That's his zone. He's got to play that area, and he had 2 people, 1 in front and behind.
Extra point brings it down to 3. It was an 85-yard drive. Don't forget the importance of that 3rd and 18 completion. Amendola caught 3 passes on this drive, including the touchdown. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Subway. So much sandwich. IBM. And by the 2018 Ford F-150, it doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar, as you see the Boston skyline. And everybody, not only up in Boston and around all parts of New England, but all football fans, got to be riveted by this one with 8:44 to go. Going to be run out by Grant from the goal line, actually, and that is Slater, of course, on him quickly. Again, you can watch your favorite NFL stars compete. AFC versus NFC matchup. The Pro Bowl next Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC. And the Pro Bowl Skills Showdown is this Thursday at 9 on ESPN. Well, Blake Bortles, you played the game of your life, and now can you sustain it for the last 8.5?
Here we go.
Hands it off. Fournette. Couple of Patriots hold them to about a yard.
This is where you go with your number 1 play for your quarterback. Don't wait till 3rd down. Give him your best 3rd down play on 2nd down, Jim. The coverages won't be as exotic. Give Blake Bortles your number 1 3rd down play you've ran all year right on this play. He knows the contingencies.
Play action. Down the middle. He is able to pull it off with the completion to Hearns.
Fantastic job right here. This play is one of the core principles you're going to see right here. Let's fake it. Get the linebacker to go overflow to the run. Throw right behind him to Hearns.
For 20.
Patricia talked about that one all week. That is a staple play. That's what you do in key situations. A play you've run 500 times this year. Don't get brand new plays right now. Go to your core. And don't do them on 3rd down. Do them on 1st and 2nd. Stay aggressive and you'll have a chance.
Gonna ride Fournette for a yard. Chung comes up to make the tackle. And the next snap will come inside of 7 minutes. Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator. His father Paul is here. He's got to be proud. His dad, a football coach at Pitt and Southern Cal, and offensive coordinator all around the NFL for a number of teams. Drop back, Bortles gonna go with a deep ball, and it is incomplete, almost pulled down by Gilmore, intended for D.D. Westbrook.
On our opening, Jim, we talked about the weight of Jacksonville. Ooh, right in the arms of Gilmore. Bill Belichick was gonna make at some point in this game Blake Bortles feel the weight of going to the Super Bowl. He is now in a bare front. He is making Bortles throw this football. To win this game, Blake Bortles is going to have to make a big play at some point. I just think he has to come up with something a little bit outside of what he's been doing for most of his career. It's time.
It's 3rd and 9. Pass incomplete, and no flag as Lewis looks around. and won't find a penalty marker.
These are the ones you're going to want back. Watch right here. And the top receiver in the slot. As you look across the field, he comes wide open right there crossing. And Blake just gets locked in on the crosser.
Nortman, no pressure, sends it inside the 20. Fair catch, Amendola. Near the 18. 6:21 to go. Tom Brady coming out, trying to pull off yet another comeback. Patriots break huddle with 6:21 to go. Beginning this drive at the 19. Campbell has come out of the blue tent. Smoot, you saw him, he's in for him at the moment. Here's Brady. Lofts it up into the air deep. And there is a flag. In fact, there's two flags. Cooks was the intended receiver, and Ramsey was trying to defend him.
Well, they've switched. They've put Ramsey on him now. And Cooks gets by him.
Pass interference, defense, number 20. Molly placed to the spot of foul. First down, New England.
Grabbed him around the neck. Ball hadn't even gotten there.
Well, Brady couldn't get enough on it because he got
Pressure.
hit right when he was letting go of the ball.
36-yard penalty. First down. Going down the sideline, and it's incomplete as White got turned around. Jacksonville now has 98 yards in penalty yards. Been flagged 6 times, Patriots once in this game. You saw Telvin Smith trying to say a word or two to his second-year corner. Again, decorated corner, but just gave up the big penalty.
You see Ramsey now is following at the bottom of your screen. He's following Cooks. Cooks has had the big game.
2nd and 10. Jack's coming in on, oh man, it's incomplete.
First pressure I've seen in a while. Todd Wash, give him credit. Timely. Jack right up the middle.
It's Miles Jack.
Colvin on the edge, and then Jack right up the middle like a missile. Whoa!
That's some hit.
Ooh, hurts worse when you're 42. Look at that. Whack! All right, 3rd and 10.
2 conversions today, including that 3rd and 18 on the last possession that led to a touchdown. 3rd and 10. Brady's pass, tipped up in the air, incomplete. Telvin Smith broke it up, intended for James White. And Belichick sends out the punting team.
They hold. Stop Brady in the 4th, and this ball just barely inside shoulder. Smith gets a hand in there. It's going to be a bang-bang play either way, but give Jacksonville credit. How hard is that to stop 12 at the end of a game in these situations?
Here's Allen. Westbrook slides over. Catches it at about the 10. Coming up, the State Farm postgame show. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cower. Highlights and analysis. And the presentation of the Lamar Hunt Trophy to the AFC champions. That's coming up on the State Farm postgame show. Will it be in the visitors' locker room for Jacksonville or down on the field for New England? That trophy presentation. Well, Tom Coughlin, someone said this week, he has been New England's kryptonite through the years.
Well, right now, I'm still waiting to see a Manningham or a David Tyree moment.
That's right, both in the 4th quarter.
Yeah,
miracle catches.
I just have a feeling something's coming here.
From the 10. To run up the middle, and the Patriots are waiting for him, including Patrick Chung, no gain. I mean, what would you do at this point? You know, you've played mistake-free football throughout the postseason. You're at your own 10. Crowd's into it. Trying to use the clock a little bit too.
Now you got to get first downs. This is not about using clock. You got to pass this ball here.
Here they go. Picked up the blitz. Bortles' throw is dangerously defended by Eric Rowe. Hearns was the target.
Great job by Rowe. The blitz, good job by Fournette. Cuts a hard-charging Roberts and gives a chance for Bortles. And that ball, once again, back shoulder, needed to be front side. As he had a step.
Now you got 3rd and 10.
Well, if New England plays zone, there's not going to be much open here. But if they play man, you got a shot. A lot of crossers coming at you again.
Bortles in trouble, able to get rid of it and avoid the sack. And look at James Harrison. Trey Flowers was in there too.
Harrison here's going to come right off the edge and then bull rush, but Flowers got there already and made the play. Boy, Trey Flowers come up big this year. Harrison bull rushed right in at the end.
And now Jacksonville will punt from its end zone.
Boy, they're asking a lot for the defense. Again, they got to stand up to Brady.
Nortman didn't get all of this. That's Amendola taken off inside the 40 and down at the 30. It was a poor punt, little hang time, traveled 41 yards and was run back 20. Amendola may have tried to dupe them a little bit as he kind of like waved it off, but it wasn't a fair catch signal by any means. But Jacksonville looked a little flat-footed, and they didn't collide until about the 30-yard line where the ball rests. Over to White. Walker's in front. James White gets halfway home to the 15.
Screen pass to the left to White. Soft coverage by Jacksonville. McDaniel's doing a great job against a tough defensive unit.
And you see Campbell back out on that defensive front. Brady looking around. Caught. Amendola with another catch. Colvin reached out to knock it down, and somehow it was threaded right into the hands of Amendola. Never touched the ground. That's a catch.
I know they called it a catch.
Some good sound effects, but I didn't see anything there. I don't think you want to, as you see, Miles Jack is having his left leg looked at. So he's got his hand kind of underneath it. And this right here is not something that Jacksonville needs to see. Miles Jack having to be helped to the sideline. It's going to be a 2nd and 2. From the 7. Brady keeps it. It is able to just charge ahead for a 1st and goal to go. We got another Jaguar defender down, and it's Darius.
Surprising Brady does this because of the hand, but look at, got a shot at the Super Bowl on the line. He's going.
He doesn't care.
No.
He's going to do whatever it takes. He's already thrown for 134 in this quarter. Almost half his total for the game.
Been an outstanding game by Brady. Really an outstanding game by Bortles and an outstanding game by Brady. Both quarterbacks have played great football. Brady just has a unique way of turning it on when it matters most. And what happens over time against these great defenses or these great pass rushers, they don't quite have the same pass rush in that second half later on in the game that they had early. You have to withstand the early onset, the feeling of the rhythm of the game. It changes as you move into the second half. And that's when you get a lot of your yards, completion. Just don't give them the game early. Don't throw them the ball when you're in key situations and get behind too much. Brady knows it better than anybody. He's exemplified that today, and now he has a chance to win.
He's moving in on 300, and remember this, just seconds into the final quarter, Jacksonville kicked the field goal to go up 10. And since that time, New England driven once for a touchdown and has the Jaguar defense on its heels again.
Boy, I tell you what, New England right here, obviously first and goal at the 5. They're fantastic in the red zone. This defense is fantastic in the red zone.
I think Blake Bortles is beginning to realize he's going to have to come up. You've said a couple of times, got to do something that's going to define a career, change things. He's going to have to come up, in all likelihood, with the drive of his life. 3.5 to go.
Got to cover the back here. They like to run little option routes either way over here.
Handed off to White. They drag him down. And that was Campbell who had hold of him.
Brady has options on that play. They played a soft defense with the safeties. He changes it and goes to a run. We'll see what happens now. This is interesting. Do you get up and play tight man, or do you let them run the ball a little bit and hope that they don't run it in? But then it takes Brady out of the game.
And this is a team going the whole second half with Gronkowski ruled out with a concussion. White, the running back. Brady under center. Second and goal. Fake it to White. Looking around. Has time. Throws it. Did he get the feet down? What an effort. Touchdown, Amendola. How about Amendola?
With a catch. Watch. Let's see if he does it. High ball back in the end zone. How you're supposed to throw it there so it's protected. Right foot, left foot ball. That's a touchdown, Jim. New England has the lead and a shot at heading to the Super Bowl.
Amazing effort, no doubt, by Brady to drive him again. But Amendola to get that second foot down. Acrobatic. His second touchdown of the quarter. The extra point makes it a 4-point lead.
Did you think anything else was going to happen there?
I mean, everybody has seen it so many times. You just keep wondering, against the #1 pass defense, could you do it this time? No Gronkowski.
He's gone. Hey, this guy, you think he hasn't gone against the #1 pass defense before? Look at those eyes. He wants this as badly as any of them.
That's the true definition of no blink.
Lost Gronkowski. You're down 10 in the fourth quarter. Everybody loves it. Belichick ecstatic.
Yeah, Belichick going wild.
Here we go. Belichick's already on to defensively what they're going to do here.
Remember, Amendola not only has scored 2 touchdowns in the quarter, he had the 20-yard punt return that set up a short field for him. But Gronkowski gave him the nickname this last week after he caught 11 balls against Tennessee. He called him Danny Playoff Amendola. Makes a lot of sense now. Jacksonville's going to start at the 25. Again, the State Farm post-game show. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cowher. Highlights and analysis, plus the presentation of the Lamar Hunt Trophy to the AFC champions, That'll be coming up on the State Farm post-game show.
This is your dream, Blake, when you were a kid. You had no idea you'd be going against the greatest quarterback of all time, and he just led him down to beat you, and you have a franchise in your palm right here. Jacksonville waiting. You're the quarterback. You're down 4. You got 2:48 and 3 timeouts. Here's your life.
First down throw, pulled down, pickup of 8 by Lee.
So impressed with Nathaniel Hackett's play calling today. That's the perfect first play. Get the ball out of his hand, throw a slant, rip it in there. I'd come back and do it again to the weak side at the bottom.
He's going to go to the sideline on that side and open. Westbrook can get to his feet. And Gilmore also able to get back up and stop him. That's the first catch of the game for Westbrook.
He just quieted the crowd instantly. Another back shoulder standing in there, and he's, might have been down right there, but if I'm New England, it's okay. It stops the clock.
They're all the way to the New England 38 with 2:13 to go. That picked up 29.
You can sprinkle in a run. You have all day here, Jacksonville. You can do anything.
All kinds of time. Lofts it. Fournette was there trying to outrace Marquise Flowers, and it's incomplete with 2:07 to go.
Bortles stand in the pocket forever. Running back just drifts upfield a little bit. There's nowhere to really throw that. It looks like he misses him, but he's all the way on the sideline. I mean, there's no room right there. Blake wants him to come back in.
Couldn't made a play on that ball?
Well,
if you're Fournette?
That's not his forte.
Yeah.
Here we go. Belichick's going to have to pressure at some point. You can't give him that much time on each of these plays.
That's Cole in motion. Rushing 4. Bortles in trouble. They get to him. The ball's down. Fallen on by Robinson. It was James Harrison who got to him first.
Of course it is.
Yep.
James Harrison gets right by. Watch on the edge over here.
Recovered by the Jags. 2-minute warning at Gillette. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Game Night, February 23rd. And by Bud Light, brewed to be enjoyed responsibly. We got a 3rd down and 19. Jags have 3 timeouts to go.
Got to get some yards. If it's 4th and 19, you have to punt. You can get 10 yards. You're okay. Don't run crossers here. Just get up about 8-10 yards. The Jags are going to chip on the edge with the tight end here and try and look for a big play.
Bortles. Open. O'Shaughnessy goes out. They only picked up about 4 or 5.
Now that you picked up a few yards, you can go for it. I mean, I don't love giving the ball back to Brady, but you have to have a play you love here. You have to have a play that you sit here and you think, we're really good in this. It's our staple play. Bortles is going to have to do something out of the norm. He's going to have to look off the linebacker who's supposed to be in the zone, or he's going to have to move around.
Got to pick up 14 all the way down to the 28 for a first.
It's man-to-man. All 3 receivers over here. All 3 corners over here.
Stepping up and throwing, and it is knocked down by Gilmore.
What a play by Gilmore. You're going to see him step up. The safety's right here. He gets behind him, and Westbrook has a step. It's really a pretty good ball by Bortles. He gives him a chance. It's just an incredible defensive play by Gilmore. Just an incredible play. It was a good throw. Bortles did a great job, stepped up. Oh.
Bortles saw for just a moment. It looked like it might be there.
It had a chance, and there was pass interference. Look, there was a million things. Just an unbelievable play by Gilmore to time it perfectly.
Who denies his old coach from back in his early days at Buffalo. And now, remember again, Jacksonville has 3 timeouts. Lewis, first action since fumbling And he's dropped for a 3-yard loss.
Here we go, 3 timeouts. Plenty of time. The big decision is going to be Brady. They love these screen passes here. This is exactly where you want to keep the clock running. You have to make him use a timeout. So right here is where you're going to motion, an Amendola to stack a receiver and throw like a screen pass if you don't want to hand it off. If you want to hand it off, fine. But if you want to throw it and make sure the clock still runs and try and get some plays, we always used to get into a screen pass, but not to the back, to a stacked wide receiver on the outside.
Second and 12.
Got to be running it here.
It's Lewis. Able to get back what he lost and another yard. So a gain of about 3. Timeout at 1:38. 1 left. What do you expect you'll see from New England on 3rd and 9, we'll call it?
Well, it's who you trust the most. I mean, I'm trusting Tom Brady. It's like, let's try and get a first down and win the football game. You can always play it safe. There are safe calls that you can trust your quarterback on. I mean, does the one timeout matter that much? It definitely helps. I just think it's worth Tom Brady going through a progression.
Amendola's on the sideline.
I mean, this is a safe call, it looks like right here, I formation. That's telling you they don't think Bortles can go down and win the game with no timeouts. That's what that's telling you.
It's Lewis. Lewis running free, and that could very well do it. Dion Lewis found a tiny little opening and used that burst and speed, and Belichick knows he's got it now.
They did it! Bill Belichick, New England, Tom Brady, and the run by Dion Lewis. On the edge, Devlin with a great block. Oh. Might be Josh McDaniels' last game for the Patriots. And boy, one for the ages in Gillette.
Well, I think they'll have one more, and I think that guy will too. Kneel down time.
That's the last game, I think, at Gillette Stadium for both those coordinators. I tell you what, Bill Belichick, you could tell he's fired up. And Blake Bortles, I thought Blake Bortles played fantastic today. That was one of the best games I've seen him play.
For tears.
It's important.
When Lewis broke that run to ice it, Bortles picked up a football and threw it as far as he could up into the stands in frustration. Played his heart out. This Jacksonville team goes through 3 postseason games, never commits a turnover, had a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter.
This is why New England is special. Blake Bortles is the first time they've lost all year without throwing an interception. And the only team they lose to is New England. Every other team they won this year. What an effort. You should be proud, Blake. Played one of your best games of your career and one of the biggest moments.
Threw for 293 yards and a touchdown. Brady with all that question about his hands swirling, throws for 290, and he's going back to the Super Bowl.
New England does it in one of the toughest years. We thought they lost a lot of guys. You lose Gronkowski, give Bill Belichick credit. This team finds a way, special, unique. We're never going to see this type of thing happen again over the last 15, 17 years. It's truly generational.
The clock hits 0, and the Patriots continue to rewrite history. Tom Brady in the 4th quarter, 138 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, both of them to Amendola. And the Patriots trailed by 10 with 9 minutes to go, and they pulled it off.
And there was never a doubt. That's the crazy part. This guy makes it look normal. It's not.
Tracy, all yours.
Well, congratulations, Tom. It wasn't easy. You had distractions last week, the hand this week, a deficit, Rob Gronkowski going out. How do you guys continuously do this?
I know, we said whatever it takes. So that was a great second half, and just so proud of our team. Amazing, amazing.
How difficult was it playing through that hand injury?
I've had a lot worse. So I didn't know that on Wednesday. It was crazy injury, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were a little scary, and then yesterday gained some confidence, and today, we did just enough to win.
Now you get a chance to go back to another Super Bowl. This one in Minnesota, and I know that's near and dear to your heart. Can you imagine what that means to you?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, really, it's pretty amazing. Just to be on a team to win these kinds of games, and it's just a great accomplishment. I'm just so proud of every guy on our team. We made so many great plays. Defense played so great when they needed to. Just an amazing game.
You can see the emotion. Enjoy it and good luck.
Thank you.
Jim?
Thank you, Tracy. You can see him get emotional. His mother, Galen, is from Browerville, Minnesota, north of Minneapolis. He's got a lot of family there. He used to go and spend a lot of time every summer there with his grandparents, and just lost his grandfather, Gordon Johnson, who was a dairy farmer, in the summer of 2016. And he so much wanted to go back and be able to share this again with all the family, and that Minnesota family too, that not that many people knew about. But they do now, and now we're all set on one side of it. The Patriots will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 52 and take on the winner of Minnesota, Philadelphia, coming up for the NFC title. We wish Al and Chris, Fred and Drew and Michelle, that whole NBC crew, our very best. They were so gracious to us back when we were doing a practice game from a deer stand. It seems like it was just a week ago, but they were
great.
Tremendous to us.
Can't believe the whole season went that fast. Hey, Gadelli.
Gadelli, little toast to you guys. We look forward to watching. Tony, I got to go down for a trophy presentation, pal.
Enjoyed it. That was a blast, Jim.
It really was.
What a game.
What a game. What a season. It'll be our year next year for a Super Bowl. I can't wait to get it started soon. And we'll be back with all of that. The Patriots are the AFC champions.